Namaskar. Should I call you Bibi Russell?
Yeah, no. You call me Bibi. I'm very happy with Bibi.
Okay. Namaskar, Bibi. It's
No.
very nice to welcome you here today. This program is conducted by Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs, and we call this program as Rubaru Hamari Pehchan. And I will request you that once the program is complete, please subscribe to this and send it to your other friends so they can have a look at it. Because the basic purpose of bringing up this program and continuing it every day is that women should learn from those women who are doing very well, who started at a very early stage and are still continuing to do. So we have all kind of friends with us and we want to learn from each other. This is our basic purpose, and for that we have invited you from Bangladesh. Bibi Russell is from Bangladesh, and she is a very, very well-known entrepreneur there. She has been, if I know her background little bit, she has been a very good entrepreneur, a very successful entrepreneur, and she has been a very, I think she has been a model also, and which is a very lovely combination, because being a model and then coming into the fashion industry is something which is very likable, because they both go hands in hands. So before we come to that situation or that level, before that, I will request you to please tell us about your journey as an entrepreneur and how did you start it?
Thank you, Dr. Agarwal, and it's a pleasure and honor to speak to you. My journey. You see that I grew up, my childhood was in Bangladesh. I grew up here. I was born in Chattogram, but brought up in Dhaka, which is the capital. And my father is from North, my mother is from Dhaka. So we actually grew up in mixed culture. And when I was little, I went to a Bangla medium school, which was very important. My parents make sure we learn our language, our culture, our heritage. So I grew up with, my 2 ears, 2 eyes full of the culture, because we had many people, from politician to artists to musician to painters. I saw all the jewel of Bangladesh since my childhood. And I think it's so important, every children, when they grow up, their childhood, my 2 feet are in the ground because of my home education. Today we say children are this, children are that, but you have to taught them. You have to make them understand which path you are, But that doesn't mean when I went to Europe, I didn't learn the culture, I didn't polish myself. But it's very important you appreciate your own culture, own heritage, your own music, then you will be able to appreciate other too. And another thing very important, Bengal is very famous for their handloom. We made a piece of cloth called muslin, which 1 meter could go into a matchbox.
Yeah.
And many other kind of weave. So I grew up seeing, when I was little, we used to have the fruits, vegetable, fish. People used to come and sell that, and I used to see them wearing beautiful lungis, saris, gamchas. And as I grew up, I had many color paintings and everything. I used to tell my parents, they can do better than me, color combination. So actually, I had a dream. And these people, who the world say they are poor, they made me have my dream. So my childhood is something which is what I am today.
Very nice. And how did you start? You came into business. How did you come in business?
Oh, that is also, I have to go back to my childhood. You know, when we were little, my mother used to make clothes. We have three sisters, made clothes for us. We went to the same school, you know. They were brilliant in education. My eldest sister wanted to be a doctor since she was 7 years, and she's a doctor. Now she's in Europe, a doctor. My other sister, brilliant, you know. She worked for microfinance and education at UNESCO head office in Paris. We all went for higher education outside in Europe. But I didn't want it to be a doctor, engineer, or anything. But I didn't want it to fail because we are in the same school. I used to pass just enough to be, you know, I can pass. But my teachers,
get the degree.
You know, my teachers, you know, that is very important. Aapka guru, aapko samajhta na kya hai. They knew that I don't want to be very good, you know. I knew my parents will let me do what I want, but in case I become first like my sisters, they want me to be a doctor, engineer, you know, like I came from a known family. But they never scold me. They just told me, my teachers, that we know you can do better. I said, yes, I know, but I don't want to do better, but I don't want to fail also. But my mother used to make clothes, and I used to always go to my father and cry that, oh, she didn't make nice and think. Could you imagine? My father bought me a sewing machine hand when I was 10 years old.
Oh,
You know?
see.
But 10 years old girl cannot even hold a pair of scissors. And I used to make things, and I used to be very happy. It was not good. But then one day my father gave me a book of Chanel. I realized that what I'm doing, you know, what I think and see, but also to clothes and thing like आप जब हिंदी में लिखते हैं or Bengali mein, you have to know the grammar. I have to know the grammar of fashion. And from that time, I wanted to study. We had art university, fine art, but I didn't want to go. I wanted to study fashion. And someone bought me a prospectus of London College of Fashion. You know that I wanted to go into that college. So that is my journey. And that is also important. My parents could see on me that I want to do something. You know, I used to be very good at drawing and art and everything. You know, I got many, many awards since I was, but I didn't want it to be a fine artist. I wanted to study fashion. That's why I went to Europe.
Lovely. And that's how you started your business.
Yes.
You used the word gamcha.
Yes.
What do you call gamcha?
Gamcha, we call it gamcha. It's actually...
No, is it gamcha? Is it towel?
Yes, it's actually the poor people's towel, but it's a multi-purpose use. You have it in India. Every state you have gamcha. Gamcha weavers. It's so colorful, so beautiful. They made me have my dream, gamcha and weavers. I mean, everywhere you go to, even Assam, Northeast, everywhere they have gamchas.
All over India. Gamcha is very popular in India. Bangladesh. Yeah, amongst the low middle class, it's very, very popular. Also in middle class, because gamcha is very soft, made of handloom.
And it's a natural.
Assam,
now they have
Northeast is completely, Assam is full of it, and it's very expensive in Assam. I remember when I was studying in college, I had a godbrother who was a Assami. So every time, whenever he will go to his hometown for chuttis and we'll meet in the college next year, he will get 2 gamchas for me. Very fine, very soft and beautiful and nice. So gamchas are very popular in India. Okay, so what did you do with the gamchas then?
When I came back, you know, I want to tell you, everyone, because I'm sure many young generation are watching this program, they are the
Yeah.
future. I
Yeah.
wanted to, because when I came back, 94, and I wanted to start working. And Bangladesh is full of NGOs, world's #1 NGO. Many things.
Yeah.
I went around villages. I didn't have time to write proposal and send it. I didn't want to, with all the respect. Uh, whatever I earn from my career, I put into my work. And Bibi
Mm.
Productions is absolutely 100% funded by me,
Oh, okay, very good.
because I don't have time to look for fun for my dream. And you know that I cannot explain to you, Dr. Agarwal, the feelings I have to make my dream come true, you know. So I started with gamcha, which is 100% cotton, beautiful things. Which slowly I started. And you know, till today, gamcha is my best seller. I have made gamcha to a much, absolutely gamcha, but finer cotton and many colors, and it's my best export. I made gamcha all over the world, you know, that people use it as a scarf. Actually, I'm wearing a gamcha too, dupatta.
Okay, lovely. It's a
Many
beautiful
things,
one.
sari, tablecloths, everything I thought of, I made gamcha, because that is the first thing was in my head when I was little. I was thinking, what beautiful colors, what beautiful things. So they
Mm.
made me have my dreams.
So you have you have size of the gamsha you converted to the scarf.
Oh, many size, of course.
Many sizes.
Gamcha is the gamcha kind of weave, 100%. But now you see, even all over India, Bangladesh, they have synthetic, machine-made gamcha. But mine is gamcha, 100% cotton, natural fibers, and it's different. So uh, uh, color is fast. When you put next to his body, is nice, and I'm very lucky. Gamcha attract all the worldwide. You know, I'm lucky to have a Queen of Spain, a Queen of Luxembourg, Antonio Banderas, and many people in your country, my country, all over the world, they use gamcha. You know, as a scarf, as many things, shirts, outfits. I have made many things. My collection always at least 30% is gamcha weave.
Very nice. So you started with what amount, and then you reached to which? I mean, what was the final? You know,
I
your
want to
turnover
tell
of the
you,
company
I
with
want to
gamsha.
tell you, in Gamcha, I want to tell you, I came back 94. This is
Mm-hmm.
2021. I'm not even first step on the ladder. Please, I realize it. You know, I made my name working very hard. When I know people know my name all over the world, I came back. So I'm very aware of that. I don't make any mistake. I don't use the chemical which give you body reaction. I make thing is nice. So I take my time. I do lot of research doing something, lot of research. So and I am working, all my work come from the village. You know, craftspeople are in the village.
Yes.
So I can at least tell you, I'm making enough to run my uh, company, to pay
Okay.
everyone, to everyone during this pandemic time also. Everyone is, my team is an excellent team working with me, but I don't have, you know, like financial people put money. No. I'm surviving, even this pandemic time, surviving, because people now, as we want to eat organic food, natural food, they want natural
Pooja,
thing.
can you
And I'm
start after
sitting
half
with
an hour?
natural. I'm sitting with all natural. I have never used synthetic in my collection. Everything is handmade.
Okay, very beautiful. That means your focus is not on turnover, but you want that everybody, whoever is working with you, you are able to look after them. They are able to get enough money to survive, and
Yes.
and you are able to maintain and sustain yourself. Very
Yes.
nice.
My
It's a very
work
good.
is
Mm,
absolutely linked with development and sustainability. I don't
very
do
nice.
anything. I don't work with you. Next day I leave you, go another person. No, I take my time slowly, slowly. You see, Dr. Agarwal, I want to tell you that my education, formal education, if you think that I'm a graduate from fashion school, very good. I'm a fellow from London Art Universities and many. But I had 5 sessions in World Economic Forum. People want to know because my work is linked with development. I have a
Mm,
slogan which started in 1996, supported by UNESCO Queen of Fashion for Development, which India has taken it,
yes,
as one of
yes.
the most development. I came back. I had no hurry. I have all the time. But once I'm doing this, like we did so many years ago, muslin, we are still
Mm,
waiting to have real muslin. What I have
mm.
done, doing it very slowly, now everyone knows about gamcha. You go to any part of India, people ask me, God, you have done so many things. Everyone is doing better gamchas now. So I believe
Oh,
in sustainable. I don't
very
do
nice.
anything which is not sustainable.
Lovely. Very nice. So you're actually, your objective and your mission is different, and that is why
Yes,
you don't believe in the turnovers part of it and the final figures. It's
of
not
course,
required.
anything
Yes,
what we do, anything. Think about,
yes,
you are sitting
yes,
in India. For any
yeah.
creative person, India is a gold mine. Every state, I worked with Rajasthan nearly 15 years. I know each
Okay.
part of then you go to Telangana, it's completely different. You go to
Yes,
West Bengal, it's different. I work in Northeast, Assam and everything. So
yeah.
what you have to make them understand, please, please, please do sustainable. Don't think that tourists will come and buy and then you wait for
Mm,
another tourist to buy. You know,
mm.
uh, practical economy is very important. The
Very,
budget,
very important.
long run, what I want is health and education. So that I'm giving them. I have all the time. Can you imagine all this year I went to Rajasthan and I make them understand, please, today the middlemans are taking so much money, but maybe you are not educated. Make your children go to school. Once they go to school, like 5 children, they realize that they are not bringing money. Then the family planning is, instead of 5, they're having 3. So
Yeah.
my work is absolutely giving them health and education, not making them put their hand, please give me money. I'm showing the world they have magical fingers. And
Lovely.
please respect the human dignity of these people. That's the most important in my work.
Beautiful ideas. Beautiful ideas. Now, how do you get your confidence?
Confident, that comes. I went to Europe. I went to study one of the best school. But I told you before, I went to a Bangla medium school. But we had one subject English, but I was good. But when I went to the fashions, could you imagine the college? I went there in January, college sessions start in September, August,
Mm-hmm.
September. I
Mm-hmm.
wrote application. Every time they refuse me, they said, but you don't have any O level, A level in art, anything. And you went to a Bangla medium. I wrote nearly every other day application. Just before the summer vacation in June, college wrote me a letter. that, okay, you can come for an interview. Okay. So I called the college. The secretary, who didn't wanted to hear my voice because I called her so many times. I said, oh, you are calling me for interview. That means I have a chance. She said, no, there is American student not coming. So we have 100 application. You have 0 chance. So I went for my interview. I want to tell you this. My interview was 11 o'clock. I was so excited. I went there 10 o'clock. So I went to the office. The secretary, I'm the only Bangladeshi. So she looked at me and said, you must be Bibi. I said, yes. He said, look, I said 11 o'clock. So why did you come at 10 o'clock? So I said, please tell me something. She said, no, go out or go to the college cafe. Come 5 minutes before. Look, so many girls before me. So many boys and girls. So I went, came back 10 minutes before. She was so fed up at me. And she said, I said, just give me one clue that which way I can impress. She said, look, you came from Bangladesh, which is a new country. You never lived in Europe. I said, no, this is my first time out of Bangladesh in Europe. I went to India. They said, look,
Okay.
British has very dry sense of humor. Whatever they ask you, answer it. Don't try to argue. So I entered this big room where everyone was sitting, and I entered and everyone looked at me and said to me, you are the girl who's bothering, who doesn't have any chance. And then the principal, just before I was sitting down, she said, okay, you come from a new country, Bangladesh. Can you spell Bangladesh? So I did. Spelling of Bangladesh in English. Then I sat down and I laughed and I said, I'm sure you can all spell England. They all look at me. Then they start to ask me such a simple thing. What is triangle? What is blue color? Show me. I was thinking, God, this I know. But I remember the secretary told me, don't, they have dressed. Then they asked me to draw something. As I knew, drawing, I was very good at, color combination good. Then they start to ask me practical name. What is this called? Like zigzag. What is this shift? I didn't know that is A-line shift. I didn't know anything. But they said to me, okay, you go. You go out and wait. When 1 hour later, the secretary told me they call you again. And I went back and they said to you, we have never seen someone who doesn't know anyone but smiling and answering. We'll take you, but 6 months, you have to do all the classes plus all evening classes, to know all the machineries.
Yeah.
If you don't do well, you will be out. The same college, which helped me to have a scholarship, and my work is in their archive. Could you imagine? So I was like, couldn't believe it, that
Beautiful.
I didn't know anything. It's not English. The technical grammar, I was 0. But college taught me everything. Even now, when I go to London, I go to college because they have the best library.
So it's not that you got the confidence, but you were a confident person, and that you displayed, and that's how you got it.
Not only that, another thing, because I did a job modeling, and I was the new. And that also, college taught me the basic grammar. But in my other profession, I nearly work with all the top magazine, top designer. They just told me, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell everyone that you are a fashion student, did very well. Actually, modeling made me mature, made me learn the techniques of other countries, because I work with French designer, Italian, German, of course, Japanese, American. And another thing which modeling gave me, which is for my work now,